Welcome back to another episode of Meant to Vent. My name is Jaime, and I'm back once again, bringing it to you. And I want to see what kind of headlines and what kind of news I've been digging up and what kind of gossip I've been hearing. And I've been hearing lots of it. I don't know about you guys, but I love me some gossip. It just passes around like the way the wind blows. And it changes every time. Like every story is always different. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go from a scratch to the leg to breaking it to the bone was exposed to your leg was gone and you got gangrene or you got some shit and you caught gout from a cut or something like that. And then it's all over. It's just all over. Your leg is gone, and then by the time you come back with just a little band-aid, everybody's like, man, what happened to you? What happened to you, man? We're like, I just scratched myself over here on this board over here, hit my shin really hard. And everybody's like, man, we heard this, and that, and then everything's so exaggerated. Same thing like when you was in high school. When I was in high school, I don't know about you guys, but when I was in high school, it'd be like a little scrap. And by the time the school day was over or the next day came through, it was like the bloodiest, like, punch fest you ever heard of. And then when you hear people was there or the people that was in it, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like this at all. And I'm like, man, you got all hyped up more than the story. The story was way cooler. Everybody should have wrote them stories down because they was way hyper than the real thing. Most of the time. Some of them was real. Some of them were real crazy, but most of them was just more hype. I don't know about you guys, but they used to be more hyped than the real deal. And speaking on fights, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the boxing world, but I got all the boxing fans out there. There's a couple fighters out there that are on my radar. It's been a while because two of my favorite fighters are like getting old and retiring and shit like that, from Floyd Mayweather to Pacquiao and so on. Then you still got the young up and comers like Canelo. You got you got your Danny Garcias. You got Ryan Garcia. You got a lot of good fighters coming out. There's this new guy coming out. New youngster on the block. I'm really liking him. He's a good brawler. And he goes by the name of Teofimo Lopez. That man, this kid can brawl, man. He's a good-ass boxer. He's a pretty good well-round fighter altogether. And I'm just excited because he's getting an opportunity of a lifetime. He's going to go against this guy, Vasyl Lomachenko. They call the dude the Matrix. And I don't know if you guys ever seen him fight before, but I suggest you check him out. He's pretty amazing. He's, in his weight class, it's just like there's nobody in his weight class that can match my man. And I think this Teofimo guy is going to give him a run for his money. But I don't know because this guy's a pretty good boxer. I mean, Lomachenko, it's a funny name, whatever. But this guy can throw down, man. He's an amazing boxer. First time I ever seen him fight was on a Manny Pacquiao card. I was watching Manny Pacquiao on pay-per-view. I forget who he was fighting. I think it might have been like Bradley or somebody for the third, fourth time. I forget how many times they fought. They fought like 3 times. But I'm just saying, he just kept having to rematch people. Anyways, he was on the undercard, and he had broke his hand like early in the fight. Like his hand was busted, dude. He was like stealing. He was stealing all over this guy, man. Man couldn't do nothing. He was just stealing shots everywhere. And then all of a sudden his hand got hurt, and he fucking still outboxed this dude with one fucking arm. And I was like, psh, that was just so crazy, man. And ever since then, I remembered his name, and I started following him and watching him fight more. And now he's one of the top dogs in boxing in his weight class. And he's going to fight this new up-and-coming new boxer, man. This kid's pretty fun to watch. So is Ryan Garcia. He may look like a pretty boy. And there's not many people that are in his weight class, too, that are, like, matching him. So he's just kind of mauling over these guys that look like bums. But, I mean, those guys got to get real names. And Lomachenko, too. This will be, like, a good test for Lomachenko. And I think Ryan Garcia needs a real fighter to go give and see what's up, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these, I don't know, man, like the old generation of boxing, I don't mean to disrespect nobody out there because I'm a fan of a lot of current boxers too. I mean, it's just crazy because, like, these guys would fight so much. And, like, these guys right now, like Lomachenko himself, like, he's been fighting for a long time and he's only got, like, barely 20 fights or 20-some fights, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like nowadays it's just different. They're getting all this money and they're barely even fighting or whatever because, like, Tyson and like Mayweather early in his career and Pacquiao, those guys would fight more than once a year every time, man. These guys are like barely scrapping. The UFC guys are doing it. The UFC guys are fucking fighting like a lot, like some of them guys go through it all year and it's crazy, man. But in the boxing world, it's just changed. You would see some guys like, you get awesome and see like some guys 3 times a year if you were lucky, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like one guy fighting every 2 years. Or like Andre Ward did the same thing. He would fucking fight every couple years. But anyways, I'm excited about this boxing match. Same thing with Tyson and his old ass. I'm still excited to see it, even though he's old as hell, and Roy Jones old as hell. It's still, for some reason, I don't know why, it's like I'm still want to see the fight. Because I think it's just because it's Tyson and Roy Jones. They're both like, I don't know, Roy Jones got his nostalgia and Tyson's got his reputation of his old reputation or whatever, because he seems real laid back and calm now. But I'm kind of excited to see these old guys and see what happens. They're going to get tired real early and just start hugging each other, and then or something like that. Or somebody's just going to get blasted real quick and see how old they really are after one big punch, like boom, one big body shot to the old man gut. Who knows? We shall see. In some other sport news, I was watching some of the NBA, and like everybody's acting like the world done fell off because the Lakers lost the first game, and it was all like unexpected, and now they're like, LeBron's done, he can't do it by himself, and la 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 la. Is his team going to help him? I mean, after like, I just like, it's got to be tough to be like the top athlete. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you get all the credit when everybody's winning, and then you get all the blame when you guys lose. Because even if you had a phenomenal game, they'll say it was because you didn't pass or you didn't involve your teammates or shit like that. And LeBron always passes and shit. And I don't even really stick up for this dude because I still always like watching him lose sometimes because I watch what he did to us a lot of times coming from Detroit. And he stung us a lot. And, I mean, he's a phenomenal player, like I said, but I just think it's crazy being a top player in any sport. Like I said, you get all the accolades when you guys is winning, and you get nothing and then you get all the blame when you're losing. You know, even if your game was good, and it's just crazy. It's got to be tough being a top athlete because I feel like you're just a target no matter what. Like when you win, you're a target. When you lose, you're the target. So it's just got to be tough, especially like our hometown quarterback. Man, our quarterback is just getting smashed on, and I'm one of the guys that does it myself, like, because, I mean, he's good, he can play, man, but it's just our team just doesn't win. And then everybody has an excuse every time we don't win. They're always like, it's because he doesn't have an offensive line. It's because he doesn't have any weapons. I mean, man, we had Calvin Johnson, and everybody knows who Calvin Johnson is. Calvin Johnson was insane. He was like the best receiver in the league, and we still couldn't get it done. And they would just make all these excuses. But he, like I said, he is good, but I don't know what it takes. I don't know what's going on. There's like one time we had like the best, like I think we had like a top 3 defense one time and still couldn't get it done. And one time we was in the playoffs and couldn't even score a touchdown. Like couldn't even score one touchdown. Like one. One time we made it to the end zone and dropped the football. Or like right in front of the end zone and we dropped the ball. Like my team, the Detroit Lions, found like the most phenomenal, like record-breaking, most original, iconic ways to lose a game. I mean, it's bananas. And it's so crazy, man. We get the nickname the Cardiac Cats because then you got those diehard fans like myself thinking there's like a shot we're going to win the game. Like, it'll look like the game is in the bag. Like, man, the Lions are just dominating the game, blah, blah, blah. Then one quarter comes, and it just looks like a whole other team. Like, they just brought in, like, the practice squad, or they just brought in, like, some raffle winners that was at the bar and shit to play the rest of the game. Because the other team just starts fucking lighting us up. All of a sudden, they can't stop nobody. And then, like a shitty team looks like a fucking Super Bowl team. Man, I went to my first Monday Night Football game. My first one. Man, it was a rookie quarterback. They was like, man, the Lions are going to smash these guys and blah, blah, blah. This rookie quarterback shouldn't be thrown in. He shouldn't be thrown in with the Lions. And no pun intended, they were saying like the metaphor or whatever, or thrown in with the Sharks and Lions or whatever. And so we all show up at the game. Everybody's hyped up because it's Monday Night Football. I think it's like the first game. And everybody's got all these expectations like we always do in the beginning. And then reality hits in. No. So, kickoff comes off. The other team gets the ball. And first play of the game, Lions get a pick 6. Like, right off the bat. Boom. Like, the crowd is, I'm exploded. My voice is almost gone. And it's like the first play of the game. We're just like, blah, we got the lead. And then that was it for our team. We didn't score nothing else after that. The rest was this rookie quarterback who said they were going to like demolish him and he was going to get destroyed and probably traded after this game because the Lions were going to smash his face in. Went up and put, I think, like 46 points or some shit against us at home. And man, that stung. And then there was this point in the game when you're at the stadium and they made you all vote on a song. And they were like, you can vote on this one song and you can vote on this song. And I forget what the other song was, but the other one was that a song that I hate now. This song I can't stand. Because of this game, I can't stand this song now. And I love classic rock and older music and shit like that. And it was that song, Africa. You know, like so-and-so to Africa. Now I fucking hate that song because they voted that song in the game. And like everybody at the crowd, you know, like, oh, we want to hear that song because the Lions are doing good. And then it was like touchdown the other team, touchdown the other team, turnover Lions, touchdown the other team. And then like that song kept getting played and shit. Like, and I kept looking at everybody around us. Why are we still voting for songs while we're getting blown out? And like, what is going on with you? And like, I was looking at everybody and everybody was still like thinking we was going to win this game. But we were down like, I don't even know, 40 touchdowns. Because it was like 40. I mean, all we did was that pick six. I don't even think we got the extra point. I think all we had was 6 in the game. I think the finishing score was like 40-something to 6. And that's why I hate that song. Because it reminds me of that damn-ass game. When I was like, hey, you ever been to Monday Night Football? And I'm like, yeah, one time. And now I got to tell about that story. But I don't even bring it up when that sport, because when they talk about, you know, you'll be around your friends and they're like, oh, we went to that one game and this, and that. I will not bring up football. I won't bring up Monday night. I won't bring up that game. I'll try to steer around it. I'll steer around it real slow, like when the road's slippery. You just got to take it easy around there. I'll just try to geese it around there. So, man, I was watching, it's a little bit, I couldn't really watch it all, but I took little snippets of the DNC convention, and I got like some of the news people from all the channels kind of ripping on it, saying it was like unexciting or uneventful or whatever. I happened to turn it on one time, and I don't even know who it was. Some musician, he was singing like that stop. Hey, what's that sound? I was like, what? I was just like the weird. He had that like weird, looked like he had a green screen behind him or something. Like he was doing this awful karaoke, and I felt bad for him because he's got to, represent for his political party, or he just got hired and the check was paid already, like something. I don't even know, but I just thought it was so bad. And then I didn't see it, but I heard I heard that Bill Clinton spoke there, and at the same time he was speaking, some of these fucking pictures of him at Epstein's Island was coming out, and they'll be circulating real soon. I already saw them. I was like, I seen some people that showed me the pictures, and it's him on a private plane with some young girl who said that she was the one who he messed with and whatnot. He's like, I don't know that woman. And, oh, yeah, that's you, man. And that girl that said that she knows you. He's like, I don't know her. And you know her because she was all rubbing his back. There's all these pictures. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. It's all over there. It's on the hot news. It's coming out. I've already seen them. They'll probably be over Facebook and memed in like no time. But, yeah, I feel like money pushes the decision, or the kind of pushes the scenario nowadays. And I think it's crazy that, if Bill Clinton and all these people on this list, walk free and nothing happens. Like the owner of the Patriots was got a happy ending at a massage parlor after they won a Super Bowl, and nobody talked nothing about it. Like nobody said nothing about it. It was crickets. Like crickets was going on like 2 days later. It was like, damn, he went and got a fucking handy at a massage parlor. My man went and got a happy ending at a massage parlor. He went and got the rub and tug at the massage parlor, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He got his dolphin flogged at a pace he paid for to do it. And then nobody said nothing after like 2 days. And he kept his team. He still got the Patriots, and you know what I'm saying? And all this kind of craziness, and nothing happened. Everybody stopped talking about it. It was like, oh, I'm just going to be quiet. It's just crazy because he's got dough. But there was a basketball player owner. I think he was a basketball team owner, the Clippers maybe, and he got caught talking to his lady, his young, super way younger woman. I don't know if his wife or girlfriend or what it was. I don't know what it was, his groupie or I don't know what. But he was mad at her for not share. He didn't want her to share her other relations on social media. He wanted to make it look like it was just them two, even though he knew she was having other relations. Because he was like 80 and she was like probably maybe 20 or 30. I don't even know. She looked old as hell from all the surgery on her face. I don't know. But my man made like a remark like that. It wasn't, he said, just don't put it on social media. People took it out of control. made it a different, took it a different way. But whatever, you could take it how you want. And he lost his team over something he just said with his mouth, like just said something. And I thought that was just crazy. This dude, the other guy, literally, it was on the news, got busted and booked for getting the rub and tug. The tugger and the rubber. The zugga, zugga, zugga. And nobody said nothing. He got to keep his team. That's just crazy to me. Because of the money, though. I think it's the money. I think it's because of the money. And I feel like there's tension on that little circle of comedians because they're all starting to break up. I've been hearing they're going to break up. I've been hearing a lot of shows are going to be splitting up because some of the guys are going to Texas. They're going to follow Joe Rogan to Texas. And like Texas is going to be the new place where everybody's going to go. And if all the Texas people are hearing about this, I'd close up borders now. Because now all the California people are going to try to go to y'all because that's where the place to go now. They're going to try to make y'all the new LA. And you guys are a nice, cool state already. Y'all like your own country sometimes. And you guys are going to let these guys come and infiltrate. You've seen what their traffic was like. And you know what your traffic was like. And your traffic still was shitty, but it wasn't that shitty. It's going to be extra shitty. They're going to bring all that LA traffic over here. So if you guys want them to infiltrate or whatever, you got to keep them out the state. No. It's going to get crowded over there. And I love Texas, man. I miss Texas. I used to go there a lot when I was younger. I got family out there. And I really like that place. But it won't be as fun if it gets extra crowded. You know what I'm saying? Because there's like those fun places that are still undeveloped and things like that where that shit's going to change the more people that move there. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to take away from the cool shit there. And I don't want that. But yeah, I used to be able to sit here and I always like to bring up sports because I always used to like sit here and talk to sports with my pops, like mostly boxing and baseball. Like all day we'd be talking like sports, you know what I'm saying? And but my pops wasn't like a normal dad, you know what I'm saying? He was like an individual from the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like my dad was like, my pops was that Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying? And anyways, one time I was younger and I decided I was hanging out with my pops. We was in Chicago. And they were tearing down the old White Sox stadium. And my pops wanted to go and get some history, get a piece of the stadium, just like people did over here for the Tiger Stadium when they tore the old original Tiger Stadium down. People want to try to get some grass and anything you can get, like as a memorabilia. So my pops had me with him and some of his buddies. And they were like, man, they're all hyping me up. And they're all like, we want to go and get this shit. We want to go get a piece of the stadium and a piece of the stadium. And I'm just a youngster, man. I'm a young kid, man. So I roll along. I'm like, I don't always get to hang out with my pops all the time. So I try to value or cherish any minute that I could. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, he was that Rolling Stone. And, wherever, you know how the song go. So anyways, I was like, let's do it. And so we go over to where, it's all blocked off to go and get a piece of the stadium, man. And, try to get some memorabilia. And there was security. And my dad was like a heavy set guy. He had like a gut on him and whatnot. Looked like a bulldog with the hanging cheeks. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, yeah. I saw security coming and whatnot, and they saw the cops or whatever. So I start running, and we're all running. And I'm like, I like ran before anybody ran, like because I was just scared. I'm just a little kid. Like I said, I'm scared. I ran, and I'm thinking I'm like running like a gazelle. I think I'm running like the wind. Like I can even hear it in my ears. Like I'm just trucking. And I hear keys, ching, 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 ching. I'm like, what the hell is that? I look to the left, and here comes my pops running by. Come by in his fucking khakis running by. Bam! Flew by me, dude. Like fucking just, and I got scared as a little kid. I was like, wait! I went from running thinking I was free. I was like home free to like screaming for my life. I just watched my dad and his gangster friends just run past me like just, I thought I was a gazelle, and those guys was like cheetahs. They were just going like, whoosh, and I was like, I went from like, I'm free to like, wait, Dad, wait. I was all scared as hell. But they made it. Those guys was laughing at me. And I had to drive home, and I had to hear that shit all the way home. And back to Detroit, man, that was like a 5-hour ride too, man. That was a long ride home, I'll tell you that. And rest in peace to my pops. And on that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you did, hit me with a like and subscription. I'd appreciate it. And don't forget to catch me and Will every Saturday. And you can catch me every Wednesday. And this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. See ya.